Hey. Welcome, friends. And listen to Clobberin Times Wildcard Wednesday night. It's a wild card indeed. I just like to say to you all, or maybe I should sing it to you. Really be start off scaring everybody. Happy Star Wars Day to you. Happy Star Wars Day to you. Happy Star Wars Day, the real one, not the stupid May the 4th be with you bullshit crap. The god dang real one. Happy Star Wars Day to you. Hey, what did you do to deserve that? I don't know. Nothing, really. You didn't deserve that at all, did you? I'm sorry. But I'm so glad to see you here. I know I probably chased you all away now. But anyway, let's say some hellos here. Thank you all for being here today. May 25th, 2022. 45 years later. 45 years to the day that the world changed. And for a long time, it was a pretty good change. Anyway, I want to thank, of course, immediately my wonderful first officer, Commander R.M. Briggs. I love you. Thank you so much. You're too kind for the $2 super chat. I can't wait to talk to you again tomorrow night. And I love you. Thank you so much. I'll say my hellos, and then we'll do some show notes. And I've decided tonight, you know how it's wild card. I can any topic, and I wish I've had a chance to really prepare for this one. But I've been doing so busy and have other things going on that I really just now thought about it. So it's going to be very off the cuff. But I decided, look, everyone is talking about Star Wars. I mean, the few people who do realize, rightly so, that today is really Star Wars Day. And not May the 4th. And good on them. But a lot of people, because of that, many people are doing, I've seen so many streams now that are talking about Star Wars. So, which is fantastic. I love original trilogies, real deal Star Wars. So what I did is I released a video today from 2 years ago when my wonderful retro blasting friend Michael French and I were, I released a 20-minute segment from that, from that stream, making noise there, sorry. From that stream of the great Michael French of Retro Blasting, talking about really defining what Luke Skywalker is. And it always stuck with me, and I always meant to clip it years ago and never really got around to doing it. But I thought today would be the good day for that. And so I put that's part of my celebration. But I thought, what could I do that's different from all those other people in celebrating Star Wars, just in my own Clobberin Times way? And it just kind of popped in. I haven't had no chance to really prepare for it. Virtually none. Because it was just about 20 minutes ago. I decided, you know what? Everyone's going to talk about Star Wars in general. Since we are a comics channel as well, I thought I would talk about Star Wars comics. And in specific, I'd talk about Star Wars comic book adaptations of the movies. Since, again, the movies are the thing. The trilogies are the thing. I'll probably talk about those a little bit later. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. It's with regards to Star Wars. I'll do a bunch of just open anything goes a bit later as well. But anyway, happy Star Wars Day to you. Hello there, the great J-Man. What's up, buddy? He put, J-Man had a question early on. He says, did you like Avengers Defenders War? I was trying to think of another comic story that would be a good one. That would be a great one to talk about. I'd have to get the trade on that combines them. But yes, it's a good one, J-Man. Phantom Outsider, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Guagnar, hello there. Good to see you, Guagnar. Thank you for being here. Could not be reached for further comment. I remember Cosmic Odyssey very much by Mike Mignola. Could not be reached for comment. I remember seeing his art and thinking how strange it was. At the time, I owned a comic shop at that point. And I thought it was kind of a weird type of art. I like his art later, don't get me wrong, but I thought it was kind of weird for superheroes. But anyway, I do remember the comic, yes. The great Eddie K. What's up, Bronze Wrencher? Buddy, good to see you. the great Chris Persia. Hey, buddy. Thank you for being here. Always a pleasure. Thanks for being here, sir. Apollome's Minion and Pupper. Great to see you. D-Bud, Man of Iron. All right, bro. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Who else is here? Oops. May have jumped on me. Ezra Goldstein. Welcome. Hello there. Good to see you, my friend. The great Ace Cast Iron. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Mark D with a C. What's up, bro? Good to see you, buddy. Let's see here. Damn, I think he's jumping on me. Let's see here. See if anyone else is here. Comic Relief Crusader. What's up, dude? I think I got it all. Got everybody there, but of course, anyone else who pops in will be acknowledged. Well, I just sit back and kind of casual on Wednesday nights, as you know. Show notes. Again, last night there was just kind of a mix-up. Poor old Loki had something happen, so we were not able to do our monthly Green Lantern, our monthly animated DC animated film release review on his channel, which was going to be Green Lantern First Flight. So that's hopefully being moved back till next Tuesday night. And as I said, I released a video today. Actually, I released two videos. Yesterday, I released this video, which was a snippet from Monday night show. When, by the way, shout out to the great Ace Cast Iron. Thanks for hanging out with me Monday night, bro. I had a fantastic time. You were amazing always, buddy. And we'll do it again next Monday if you want. If you're able. But this is a snippet or an excerpt from this past Monday night show, on which the great Ace Cast Iron and I were horrified by the idiocy of Collider. And if you weren't there, here's a clip that captures a little bit what we were talking about in that video. And then I released a video today on Star Wars Day, Luke Skywalker Defined by Retroblasting's the great Michael French. And that video is an excerpt from an Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary celebration stream that Michael and I did back in September of 2020, where he goes on an epic explanation and definition, if you will, of what makes Luke Skywalker such a great character and why he's so important. It's one of the most brilliant, basically dissertations on that subject and heroism in general that I've ever heard. Michael French, again, it was off the cuff. We were just talking all things Empire Strikes Back. And so I have clipped that into a video. And there's a link in my description below. And I really appreciate it. Cardinal Sin, what's up, buddy? With a $10 super sticker. Thank you so much. I can't really see what it is there, bro. I don't have my other chat up, but that's neither here nor there. I want to thank you, Cardinal, for that. You were too kind, buddy. I appreciate your generosity. And it is, as always, a pleasure to see you here, my friend. So, yeah, I thought Wildcard Wednesday night. It's Star Wars Day, real Star Wars Day. Everybody, though, is celebrating it quite rightly. And I celebrated it by dropping this video. But I thought, since I'm on with a live anything goes type of a show tonight, and since it is Wildcard Wednesday, I thought the wild card, because the topic can be inserted at the last second. That's why it's Wildcard Wednesday. In fact, also because it's Wildcard Wednesday, I can sit here and eat a Kit Kat ice cream cone thingy on the show, and it's perfectly natural because I'm wild. Get it? It's Wild Card Wednesday. Steve Mitchum, what's up, buddy? Good to see you there, bro. And they call him Wildfire. Yeah. So, I thought everyone's talking Star Wars. I'll do that, and I thought I would talk it from quite a little bit of a different perspective. 1977. Some of us were back there, old enough to remember, and to go see it in the theater. Some of us were not. There's no more left indeed. It was a phenomenal experience for those who were there and those who saw it later. Same deal. I mean, it is. We're not. I'm not. Tonight, because it's the anniversary, I'm not going to go too much into all the horrors that have befallen Star Wars and the tragedy. Let's just kind of enjoy the good, but pretend there's no such thing as 2015. And yes, I won't even rag on the prequels. Mr. Angel, good to see you there, bud. Hope you're doing well, Chef. Let's just talk about a fun aspect of Star Wars. And again, it means so much to so many of us. The entire trilogy. Real deal Star Wars is this. Like I said, I don't even hate the prequels like a lot of people. I've liked things about them and all that stuff. But, when I think Star Wars, well, I think of this right here. It's that simple for me. I watch the prequels a lot when they're out and all kind of stuff. They're fine. But this is it. In particular, my favorite movie of all time, The Empire Strikes Back. But the original film, and now I've even, and perhaps it's age and water under the bridge, Return of the Jedi, a film I hated in 1983 as a 19-year-old kid. There's still a lot of great things in it. I've softened them over the years, and then after what was the horrible thing done to them by their creator by selling him, he was horrible to sell him. The horrible thing done to Star Wars in 2015 probably did have something to do with me softening on the movie, and now I can watch it. I hate Ewoks. I hate the way I still hate the Ewoks. Still hate the way that such a great character of Han Solo was written in that film. But those things don't bug me as much anymore, and I can watch it and enjoy it quite a bit and love it. And it took a while. It took age. But it also took, I guess it did take some destruction, unfortunately. However, it is not time for such things. It is time I think, again, a lot of people are celebrating, just doing, celebrations of Star Wars today. The people who really, really do love it. Not only that, resist the idiotic, garbage, corporate, made-up shit holiday of May the 4th be with you crap, which is garbage. The corporation got a hold of a stupid, unfunny freaking meme. A bad pun became a meme, and then a bad pun meme became a corporate holiday, and it made me sick. It's not funny. May the 4th be with you was never going to be funny. And Revenge of the 5th is even worse. So whoever came up with May the 4th, I'd better never meet him, because I don't want to be, I don't want to think of myself as a violent person. So I don't participate in May the 4th crap. In fact, I make sure I watch Star Trek or something else that day. And I won't even talk about Star Wars on May the 4th now. But May the 25th, if you have to have a Star Wars day, it's this. The opening in 1977 of a movie that had nothing attached to it. No bloody 4, no bloody New Hope. Just Star Wars. And then, of course, the ensuing trilogy. So, The Empire Strikes Back and even Return of the Jedi. Pop culture, Republic. Happy real Star Wars Day to you, sir. So I thought, because so many people are talking about, Star Wars, that I've seen so many people doing it today out there, all throughout YouTube. I thought I would try to do something a little different than what everyone else is doing, because again, everyone else is talking about the movies. I guess I thought I would talk about the movie adaptations of the comics a little, just a little something off, just a little different. Because I think the first, absolutely, not even, I know for a fact, the first bit of Star Wars paraphernalia that I and many people bought in 1977 or even 78, whatever, was a comic book. That's right. As we all know, the toys came a little bit later. I had an emergency there. Things were melting all over the place. It was a comic. Now, I don't think I bought number one. Issues 1 through 6 are the adaptation of the film by Roy Thomas and Howard Chaykin. And Marvel wasn't given much to work with, as you could clearly see from this first cover here by Howard Chaykin and Tom Palmer. Yeah, well, Infantino came on the book a little bit later. But yes, when I started getting the comic, I think they were somewhere into the movie adaptation. I can't remember which issue I got, but it was the first 6 issues were the movie adaptation. And then, yeah, when I started getting it, it was probably around the Infantino, because Infantino did it for a long time. Yeah. And I bought it. But I didn't have the entire movie adaptation until a little bit later when I got the Treasury edition. And, man, they did a couple. They did one, had the whole adaptation, and split, and another 2 that were split in 2 for some reason. Oh, Ezra, I had an ice cream thingy and it was melting. A Kit Kat ice cream song, Colin. It was being very unprofessional, and I had to make sure it didn't get everywhere. So I'm melting. So, and I remember, man, I used to, obviously, when I wasn't going to see the movie, I would read the comic cover to cover, and they got a lot of dialogue in this comic that was based on early drafts of script. And they, yeah, they got Biggs all in there and all this other kind of stuff, and they've got when Porkins gets destroyed, oh, I'm all right. They have Biggs is thinking to himself, "Goodbye, Piggy." His old buddy, played by William Porkins, gets blasted out of the sky, and I doubt they've actually filmed anything with him saying those words. It's just a thought balloon thing, I guess. But yes, it had a lot of stuff in there that when you read that's not in the movie. And you know that because we watched the movie 10 million times. Goodbye, Piggy. You remember that too, Ace? Piggy Porkins was his name, apparently. They just called him that, yeah. So then, of course, the comic went on for 3 years, of course. And I always thought it was fun. They had I remember getting it bits and pieces. One I did. There was an annual that I didn't get till later that had let's see here. I don't remember exactly. It had they told a story about how a Jedi named Obi-Wan Kenobi and his two apprentices, was it Anakin and Darth, had gone to this planet, and they knew it. And this was it was a Star Wars annual. I believe it was an annual. Yeah, in fact, I know it was an annual. It was let's see here. Yeah, there it is. Because I've talked about this before. And had a great cover, by the way. Find that picture of that annual there. And it was just at the time, the big reveal in Empire Strikes Back was not shared with Marvel Comics until, of course, early on, whether the adaptation. So, of course, a lot of that was done so close to the time it was filmed and different things like that. And then naturally, they couldn't know about it. Here we go. So again, I had like I told you guys before, I was not prepared for anything tonight. So there was this Star Wars annual. I'm sure some of you remember it. Right, Walt Simonson cover right there. Cal L, buddy, what's up, man? Yeah. And in that comic, much later, one of his pupils says, Obi-Wan Kenobi, the others, his pupils, in gratitude, we swore friendless. Much later, one of the pupils returned. He told us that Obi-Wan and the Jedi were destroyed by his hand. Then he invoked our oath and made Sky an Imperial, whatever. So, yeah. That man's name was Darth Vader. Yep. One of those pupils. So he was there with two pupils, and then one of them came back and said he was Darth Vader. Oops. Matthew Pounder, what's up, buddy? I was melting again. Good to see you there, bud. So anyway, it's always fun to see stuff like that. But anyway, we moved on, of course, and we eventually got Marvel Super Special number, was it 16? It was 16, whatever number it was. 16, yes. I will never. I wore this sucker out almost before the movie came out. See, one thing you have to remember about movies back when Star Wars and then when Empire came out, here anyway, around the country, really, they didn't all have the same release date like they do now. We got Star Wars way later than most people. We didn't know it at the time, but we did see a lot of commercials, and we're like, what is that? And Empire was similar. I think we may have got Empire around the release date of the 24th. I can't remember exactly, but we definitely got the book and this comic book adaptation. That's true, Phantom. I didn't bring any. Sorry. And I remember getting this, and I didn't. That's the whole country back then, Mark. A lot of I can't find it now, but many years ago, somebody posted something somewhere, some blog or whatever, that showed the exact release dates for each city, each big city of Star Wars. And it had, with many different dates for each city. They weren't all the same. Of course, distribution was different back then too, far more primitive. But, and I looked at, I can't remember what ours was now, but it was late. Star Wars was. Empire, I'm not sure about. I can't really remember exactly now. But I remember buying this, and I didn't really look at the ending much. I just kind of glanced at the art a lot. I didn't really read it, but I wore it out later. But I love the Al Williamson art, Carlos Garzon art with the inks on there was fantastic. You know, Al Williamson's the ultimate fantasy artist, Flash Gordon and other things as well. So it was and again, it was multiple formatted as well. Remember, even in the regular numbering of the Star Wars comic, they reprinted or they chopped up the Empire Strikes Back adaptation for the comic book as well. And I bought them even though I already had the mag. But they had to change some stuff because early on they also did a little, this is a small little paperback version of the comic book adaptation. And inside that one, I think it actually got released first. And because they didn't know what Yoda was supposed to look like, if you see to the left here, you know, that's the best guesstimation they could make in the small book. And maybe even the Marvel Super Special. I have to check that. And then they finally got it, the on the right side is closer to what Yoda was supposed to look like. Because, you know, again, Lucasfilm was not very forthcoming, let's say. But early on, that's what they had. Great warrior. Not many of those wars don't make one great. Not many. See, and by the way, look how messed up the dialogue is compared to the movie. Should have been, wars not make one great, Helm. But it was a great warrior. Not many of those wars don't make one great. Yeah. A little bit different there. Hey, that was going to be my dinner. Again, slightly different dialogue all through it. Taken from early drafts that they were given at Marvel. Because Marvel was low on the totem pole for information. Nevertheless, there's the comic. And of course, there was even a British comic, Star Wars Weekly, The Empire Strikes Back. Some more nice Al Williamson Star Wars art. A scene that pretty much doesn't happen in the movie, mostly. Not exactly, anyway. That is correct. Could not be reached for comment. The first one is from the Ralph McQuarrie concept art. Excellent. I still have the Ralph McQuarrie Empire Strikes Back portfolio. It got damaged in a flood slightly, but it's persevered. And still, it's a huge thing. It's nice. It does look more like Flash Gordon because it's Al Williamson. As you know, Al Williamson is one of the great Flash Gordon artists, but he also did a lot of Star Wars now. After doing these adaptations, he did the Star Wars comic strip. I loved Al Williamson. He's one of the greats. Love him, love him. I'm making a mess, and everything's melting on me. Well, Mark, Ace, I don't know. Did Lucas say it, Empire takes place over 8 months? I don't know if he did. I don't remember him saying it, but I wouldn't. It could be. I would defer to you on that. Did he? Could well be. Phantom Outsider needs ice cream. Someone get that man some ice cream. Well, anyway, now here's the weirdest one. The weirdest story about all this was comes of the comic book adaptations of the Star Wars movies. Luke trained for about 20 minutes. Just kidding. I don't know. I think it felt to me like it could have been a few weeks. Maybe a couple of months, but I don't know about 8. But anyway, I don't know. But you're right. Michael French would know. That's absolutely correct. I was right around, just shy of 19 years old. The weeks leading up to this, and yes, I was running a comic shop. And this comic they were supposed to really be keeping a lid on this Marvel Super Special number 27 adaptation of Return of the Jedi. Maybe time passes differently on Dagobah. Who knows? I've always thought that might be the case. Maybe he's able to train him, and it feels like 8 months, and because of the way he uses the Force to slow down time. Follow me. I've started an ice cream war. So, I don't know. But anyway, there was a story out that about a couple of weeks before the movie came out, this magazine had been distributed to some drugstores and stuff like that up in New York City. And they had to call, and Lucas got pissed off and called the FBI or something like that and had them confiscate or get them taken off of shelves that was not supposed to be released from the printer. In this case, I think it was Curtis Circulation that was still putting out, producing Marvel at the time. Just got the CCC on it, as you can see up there. So I guess it was Curtis Circulation still printing Marvel at that point, and up in Canada or whatever. So I don't know. But Lucas won't. Again, the story was he was not happy. There was a newspaper story about it. And yeah, so we got in a little bit of trouble. But I remember getting this at the comic shop. We were selling it, and I didn't. Again, I didn't read it, but I've been waiting. I had been, another thing that added to why I hated Return of the Jedi for so long is, man, The Empire Strikes Back. It was part 2. This was part 2 of a trauma for me, the Return of the Jedi, and the reason being is, in 1978, after seeing what was then just the all-time greatest thing ever, my all-time favorite movie, Superman the movie, I couldn't wait for Superman 2. Superman 2 was such a horrific disappointment for me that after waiting all those years to see it, I think I was hoping, oh no, I hope this doesn't happen again. After loving The Empire Strikes Back so much, again, going into The Empire Strikes Back, knowing it was gonna, not knowing it would be a cliffhanger, walking out of that theater just dumbfounded about how much I loved it, yet how frustrated I was, meaning Empire. And then just getting used to having to wait 3 years to see the conclusion of my wonderful Empire Strikes Back, to see what happened. And it opens up, and I'm kind of nervous when it opens up as kind of the Muppet Show. I'm like, I'm not sure what's going on here. Han Solo's talking weird, like kind of a Gomer, like kind of a weirdo, kind of like a dope. And then we get the freaking Care Bears movie. And then the movie kind of just ends with a kind of a rehash of the old another Death Star battle. I mean, what's going on here? Now, yes, there's a lot more to it than later once you get to love it. I love it now, I guess. But I love it now most just for the Luke Skywalker story aspect of it, and some cool bits and some, the Death Star battle's pretty damn cool now. You got a lot of great John Williams music. There are a lot of things I still hate about Jedi, but on the balance, I decide that the good outweighs the bad, where for 30-something years that was not the case for me personally. I know a lot of people don't agree. But anyway, when this comic came out, now most of the art was done by Al Williamson, but not all of it. There was other good bits in there, including, Dave Stevens actually did a little work on it, and the great Russ Heath. So it's a fine comic adaptation. I'm not so sure. Again, I haven't looked at this in quite a while, but yeah. So anyway, this was the one issue that they did not. They did a regular one-off comic size versions, but it wasn't fit into the numbering of the regular Star Wars comic, which I kind of at some point, not too long after this, stopped buying it. J.D. Lewis, what's up? Happy Wednesday. Happy real Star Wars Day to you. So, like I say, it's a great cover. The interior is pretty damn good. But it somehow will never top this cover. Now, this I just got more recently. I have a Treasury Edition collection nowhere near like a buddy of mine has. But I didn't even know this had come out till a number, I don't know, maybe 6, 8, 9 years ago. I didn't realize this had come out. There's Claude Perishable. Claude apparently just got here because he didn't know that I just talked about what he just mentioned, the small paperback with the weird Yoda. I already covered it, but thanks. But about 8, 9 years ago, whatever, I found out that there was a Treasury edition, also The Empire Strikes Back, much like the Star Wars one. Hey, Ironcaster, good to see you, bud. And I was able to get this online for a decent price. As you'll notice, yeah, I know you never listen. That's okay. I don't either. Nobody listens to me. Why would they? If you notice up at the top there under the price, it says $2. Prices number 2, Parks Run. Why does it say number 2? It's a long, convoluted story. Suffice it to say, it was done for something by some group called Parks Run they were contracted to do some coloring books for Marvel Comics, and for some reason we got this tabloid edition. This was either the last or the second to last Marvel tabloid edition, aka Treasury. Used to call them Treasury editions. But I was able to get this for just pretty cheap on eBay. I don't know what it is now. But remember, it's the Parks Run Special Edition, not the Marvel Super Special. This is Treasury Edition sized. And it's a weird find because a lot of us didn't know they had done that. Distribution was extremely rare, I guess. And it's crazy, but it's good to have since now I have both versions of the Treasury edition with the full movie in it. There's also a split up, two Treasury split up of the first film as well. So anyway, that's just a little bit of talk about the Star Wars movie adaptations. Quite frankly, talking back a little bit about going back to the original. Let's just be honest about something. Howard Chaykin he probably didn't care. Hello there, Oliver Belamonte. He probably didn't care that much, but the art on the comic adaptation of the first movie is garbobs. I mean, let's just be honest. Come on. Ugh. Howie. Howie Chaykin, you suck. Kal-El says, Clobby, did you see a surge in sales of Star Wars comics when each movie came out when you were running? Oh, yeah. I mean, it was huge. The issue before, by the way, it's interesting. One issue that was really standout of the Star Wars comic before they did the Empire adaptation in the regular numbering comic, number 39, which was 39 in the preceding 5 issues would be the adaptation of Empire broken down, from this. But before they did this, issue number 38 was a one-off Star Wars issue by Michael Golden, which was pretty popular. Gene Day did a Star Wars portfolio, but Lucas, wow, I would like to see that. Gene Day was a great artist. I did not know that. Well, I wonder if are there any pictures of it anywhere online? I wonder. So, anyway, yeah, Kal-El. Yeah, I mean, the movies always help the sales a little bit. I think I stopped buying the Marvel Star Wars comics sometime after Jedi. Around there, I bought it, because every now and then for a while there, between Empire and Jedi and a little bit after Jedi, there were some, if I remember right, Walt Simonson did some of them, and it was really good. Then later, they would just start handing it off to the hacks, and the comics after Jedi just kind of, I didn't really buy it that much. Everyone kind of felt like the saga was over, and they were still stretching the comic out. And I don't know, just kind of fizzled out. Like issue number, I think 107, maybe the last issue, if I'm getting the numbering right. Pop Culture says that Parks Run special edition is going 20 to 70 on eBay. Wow, I got you. Well, Treasury editions in general are high right now. Toward the end of Chaykin's bit, Steve Leola inked a few pages and made it look good. Chaykin's art improved when he stopped inking his own pencils after the first issue. Funny how that works, isn't it? Good night, Apollo-Meets Minion. You and Pupper have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you for being here. But yes, Guagnar, I agree. Simonson did some great Star Wars. I loved his Battlestar Galactica, too. I think his Battlestar Galactica was the first thing Simonson was ever allowed to write, if I believe he said that. But I remember one of the earliest Marvel Star Wars issues I remember. Ace. Like I said, I love Simonson's Battlestar Galactica stuff. I really love that comic. I had a subscription to that Galactica comic. I loved it so much. There was an early issues of I guess it was an Infantino issue of the Star Wars run. That had Jabba the Hutt in it. And Jabba the Hutt was like a yellow monkey dude. As some of you probably know. Some of you probably seen that. Oh, shite. Well, that was awful. That was just awful. But trying to think, they were, I don't, at that point, see, Marvel had not seen that cutting room floor bit of Jabba from the first movie. And they didn't, they sure as hell didn't know what he was going to look like in Jedi. So what were they going to do? Not a whole lot they could do. But I can show you the only time I've ever seen that anything useful about The Last Jedi was a Walt Simonson comic. This was a really good story, by the way. I'm a fan of the TV series, Matthew, but that was good. I'm with you. Yeah. Whatever happened to Jabba the Hutt? Was that the name of the one I'm talking about with the yellow monkey guy? Was that the issue? So does anyone ever remember this issue? Yeah, that's right. Jabba was quite different. Papa Delta Yankee, what's up? Wagner, okay. It's been a long time since I've read this one, but I remember liking the story that the guy with the stick is like this old guy who wanted to train to be a Jedi, or he was supposed to, but he had to stay on this planet to protect this princess or something or other. Isn't that right? Yeah, I remember it vaguely, but this is the only time the term "the Last Jedi" should ever not make me cringe. But yeah, man. But and there have been so many non-Marvel Star Wars comics, but something about, again, and some of them were really good. And not all of them, even back then, we had been not all the Marvel. I mean, there were some good Marvel Star Wars issues also. But even good or not, there's just something fun about looking at these old Marvel Star Wars covers. Ben Kenobi fights alone. I like this issue. Yeah, I know it was Infantino, but I liked it. Infantino was not exactly in his heyday, was he? The prince and Jedediah crash landed on a planet, and Luke and Leia rescued them. Thank you. I'd like to. I don't even think I have that one anymore, but I would like to read that one again. Remember this one? And I'm sure you all remember that one. Again, some of these I only vaguely, very vaguely remember. But it's fun to look at them. Fun to look at them. Your Muslim uncle, what's up, bud? Good to see you. Glad to have you here. There's a Gene Day cover. Gene Day, of course, was a brilliant artist at Marvel. He'd done a lot of work on Master of Kung Fu. Unfortunately, died at a very young age, right when he was leaving Marvel to go take over either Batman or Detective. I forget which one. And great artist, though. The hell? Something's wrong. Okay. Something's wrong with my StreamYard. It's freaking out on me. What the hell's wrong with you? There you go. Wow, weird, man. Sorry, everybody. My detective. Okay. My StreamYards was doing crazy stuff with my chat. Damn it. Damn it. Aggle indeed. Anyway. I hit the wrong damn. No, that wasn't me that time. This was StreamYards. Dang you. Damn you all to hell. So anyway, so we talked a little bit about Star Wars comics. Does anyone have, again, do you have a favorite Star Wars comic that you remember from the Marvel run? Because again, the reason why I'm staying with that is because this is the anniversary. I want to stay old school. Because only right now, as far as I'm concerned, only the original trilogy matters anymore. Even though I don't beat up on the prequels like a lot of the people. And I'm fine with them. Damn it. I don't know. All I care to acknowledge is the original trilogy. And I just don't care about anything else when it comes to Star Wars anymore. Your Muslim uncle says, "Oh, did you already do the bait and switch comic cover, Clobberin Times, where you thought, where you thought it would be Solo in Carbonite, but it was a Greedo-like creature?" No, I didn't. I don't have that cover. If I had, I don't. That was not. It's not ringing a bell. Is that from the Marvel Star Wars? There, your Muslim uncle. Probably seen it, but I don't know. I can't honestly say that it strikes me. You know, it's funny you mentioned Star Wars number 50, Wagner. I of course, had long since don't have any of my Star Wars from Marvel anymore, but they did a replica of that a couple of years ago, like on the facsimile comics, and I bought it and reread that. Yeah, Star Wars number 50, The Crimson Forever. Archie Goodman was a great writer, by the way. And as Claude mentioned, that's true. I forgot about that. They had a repurposed John Carter story used in a Star Wars issue because Marvel had John Carter. Hey, J-Man, thanks for being there, bro. Appreciate you. Have a great night. Hope to see you soon, buddy. You take care. One of the old storylines that I remember is when they hid the Rebel fleet on the surface of a sun using some kind of shield to protect the fleet from the heat of the sun. Can't think of the issue. Well, you never know. Someone here might be able to do it. Hello there, Athena follower. Lovely to see you. Thank you for being here. It was Marvel Star Wars, and it was my first foray into Star Wars comics. Gotcha. I can't even remember my first issue, and it wasn't this one. It was way before this one, but I just I kind of like that old Infantino cover now. I got to be honest with you. I did not like, at this point, I was not a fan of Infantino's art and the style. I thought it was seriously degraded. And as a kid, I was just not happy, but it's no pleasing some kids, right? And but eventually though, I think I just warmed up to it. Just kind of now I look at it and it's not so bad because everything else is so bad, I guess. Silly Rabbit, Jax is for kids. Athena Follower says, did you know that in Star Wars issue number 88, they had a female Dark Lord replacement for Darth Vader? If you're speaking of the Marvel run, no. Of course, I dropped the book before that. Like that would be way after Jedi, I think. So I don't think I read it. I dropped Star Wars and a lot of other Marvel books at that point. So no, I did not. Wow, cool. Yeah, I mean, it went to issue number 107. I know that much. Yep. You know, there's a figure. Well, you've already seen it. A figure of Jackson or whatever. Is he Jackson? The bunny. And why wouldn't there be? Why wouldn't there be? Because that's the way they roll. I don't know. I wish I'd have kept all of my Star Wars comics. Like I said, there were some good ones later. Something about that Marvel run, which again wasn't perfect. You know, it's just, I don't know, something about it. Eight Against the World. I'm not sure, Claudius, but I think this, with the Dave Cockrum cover, this might be the one with the John Carter story, but I can't remember. I'm not sure. But could be. Trying to figure out. No, okay. That might be. Now you got me wanting to find that one because I remember reading about it recently. I remember. I just read. I not too. I very recently got. I don't know if any of you have an Ollie's near you. Of course, don't go looking now because it's been about a year and a half. But I got a. Okay, 50. Oh, thanks. All right, Gwagnar. Well done. 52 and 53. There you go. I was just stabbing it in the dark there, but it is a great Cockrum cover on this one. Special issue, an Untold Tale of Luke Skywalker's Past. Oh, I remember this one now. I might have a reprint of this one. I just got a couple of trade paperbacks at Ollie's, really cheap, of Star Wars ones and stuff, with a lot of cool stuff in it. Including, I got one from Star Wars UK. It's got some of the Alan Moore Star Wars stories in there. Believe it or not, Alan Moore did some Star Wars short stories for Marvel UK in his early career, and they're pretty weird. Well, they're Alan Moore, so you know they're going to be weird, but they're pretty interesting too. but I kind of likes him. I kind of likes him. Let's see here. No, Luke. Here I stand, though I may die. What is this cover? Is so stupid. I mean, look, Vader looks weird, sure, but he still looks like Vader. Obi-Wan, I don't know what the hell he's supposed to be and why he has a sword. He has a sword. And the scene, at last, the battle with Darth Vader to the death. No, Luke, here I stand, though I may die. Why do they? I mean, this couldn't even. I don't think there could have even been anything in the script to make them draw the stupid cover. Thank you, Guagnar. Good to know. I was doing some research a year or two back, and I came across that. I don't think I was dead. No, I know I wasn't buying the comic book at the time, even with that Simonson cover. I'm pretty sure I wasn't. How would I know? It's only 40 years ago. How would I remember that? So this cover here has always aggravated me. Oh, shite. What is it? Again, I think it's the fact that there's nothing like this in the movie, and that's not uncommon, but I'm not sure what's worse, that just how the scene is bad, as just incoherent, doesn't matter, or Obi-Wan looks like, I don't know what the hell he's supposed to look like. But he's got a sword. When didn't he have a lightsaber on issue number 2? Swing that saber, Ben, or we're finished. Remember issue number 2? I don't have a picture of that at handy. When they're in the, they're I guess in the cantina and they're surrounded by all those aliens, and he says that, swing that saber, Ben, or we're finished. Wow, Roy. And this is Roy. I guess it was Roy. I know he was pretty sure he was in charge. Yeah. Well, I'm sure that's crazy stuff right there. Oh dear. But it's fun. It's fun. All in good fun until somebody loses an eye, I'm telling you. Makes me want to go back and just read a few more of them, though. What's up, dude?
Hey, may the 4th be with you. I'm just kidding. Don't boot me.
Sorry, everyone. But Mark has just disappeared. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I've always wondered that, it's like, what, it's so horrible. They made this such a, it should be this day. That should be Star Wars Day. I mean, my dad loved puns, God rest his soul. But, I mean, they made the day a pun just for marketing. It was just
it was
ridiculous.
A pun that turned into a meme.
Yeah.
That turned into a freaking corporate holiday.
Yeah, because going to Catholic school growing up, we go to mass at church. We go to church as part of school. And then we got in trouble because when Star Wars started out, you say it's like, peace be with you and also with you. So our friends are going, may the force be with you and also with you. So the nuns didn't take too kindly to that. We're saying, may the force be with you. So, but a little Catholic school humor there. But yeah, no, it should have never been, should have always been this day. I mean, it's a bad pun. It's a bad joke. So.
How about this scene? Also didn't happen. Luke Skywalker strikes again. What's that supposed to mean? And then, hurry, Chewbacca. We're being attacked by the Death Star. It's too late, kid. We're finished. I'm pretty sure Han was not wearing brown, already out of there with his money, and Luke was getting in an X-wing. What in the? I mean, that couldn't have been from an early draft of the script. That's just some dumbass, and I don't know. I hate to blame Roy Thomas, but good lord,
I
dude.
think it's just the info. It's got to be the info they had before the series started.
Yeah, but
you think? I mean,
I don't think so. Again, I can't. I don't know. It could be just no lack of communication. Roy Thomas was a pretty smart guy, so and they had at least basic stuff. I don't know. Now I know. Look, I know they hadn't seen the movie yet.
Yeah.
But wow.
Yeah, because I don't remember when I mean, I know I saw it in '77, but I just remember begging, my dad to take us there. And we just started our family business, and money was tight. He's like, "Why do you want to see that crap?" He would always say crap. So why do you want to go see that crap? It's bullshit, So, and we kept begging him to like, come on. And my sister and I, everyone's going to see Star Wars. We have to go see it, So I think we went to a matinee like on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. He finally took us to see it, and even he loved it. He was blown away by it too. So I just remember being in the movie theater with the 20th Century Fox Overture plays, and for years I always thought that meant it was a Star Wars movie. You're a little kid. I'm like, I didn't know that meant 20th Century Fox. I thought that meant Star Wars was starting,
right?
And just I'd only been to a few movies, I think, in Fantasia, or that you could remember as a kid, like Fantasia. I always remember that, the scene with the demon coming out of the volcano that scared the ball rug. That scared the heck out of me. But just one of those, I can still picture that being there that day, and the noise and the overture, and then the big, Star Destroyer coming in with it. And then it looked so real. It was unbelievable how cool it looked, and the sound effects, and of course, the movie theaters, or, the sound and lights or cameras are, light years ahead now, thanks in part to George Lucas and THX Sound. But God, it was just so amazing. I felt like I was a king of the world when I left. And like, you go to school the next day, like, I saw Star Wars. You haven't seen it yet, So it was just one of those moments where you just totally blown away and just excited, and God, you felt so good coming out of that movie at the end. All right, Chewbacca didn't get a medal, I know, but you just couldn't believe how incredibly cool it was. And I only saw it that one time in the theater. That was it, I think. So but just one of those great memories they'll never forget. And they actually turned that movie theater into an Apple store, unfortunately. So sometimes I go back to the Apple store, and like, I think this is about where I was sitting when Star Wars came out, So but yeah, it was one of those great, and I'm sure a lot of people in the chat, and that's one of their favorite all-time, if you're old enough to, God, it's that old now, but old enough to see it in the movie theater, that's one of those all-time great movie experiences, because it changed how movies were done too, and just how phenomenal the special effects were, the computer controlled cameras. I mean, you're 2001 before that, but can you think of a movie that had special effects in space that was that good? I mean,
no.
I mean,
oh no.
With the X-wing, the TIE fighters, and the Death Star, that's no moon.
It was special.
Yeah,
it was special. So yeah, well, I just I don't know, it blows me away every time I think about how it's 45 years today. And for some reason, I guess because I'm old, that doesn't seem like a lot anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like 45. Seems like it's been around it's been in the culture for like it's 200 years. Like something that's so potent and so powerful. You know what I mean? It's like that just does not seem like a lot of time in the grand scheme of things for something that ingrained in the culture.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of our lexicon now, Star Wars. I mean, if you talk to someone who doesn't really know what's may the force be with you. I mean, not to pick on the missus, she doesn't care about this stuff, but everyone knows Luke Skywalker and the force, and the basics of Star Wars. I mean, it's it's Gone with the Wind was probably the other movie that years and years ago that I guess I looked at something that in Snow White, like a percentage of the population that had seen the movie, that was an amazing hit. And this is I just remember seeing the theaters the lines at theaters and the newspapers, or the news reports. It was around. It was a huge deal to see this movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's huge. And again, like I said, it's been, I guess what it is when you get to a certain age, you can't imagine a time when it wasn't, whether even if you don't like it, I mean, whether it wasn't something, it wasn't important, it wasn't big. It's been destroyed, but I mean, when it wasn't just something that was in common knowledge to everyone, whether they liked it or not, there are people who've never seen it, but knew about it. Like, I've never seen it. And you go, wow, you've never seen Star Wars? This is it wasn't number 52, you guys. It was 53. You guys were you got it close, so thank you. This is the one where it was they had to repurpose a John Carter story. They have the Simonson cover right here. And
what was the reason for repurposing the John Carter just out of a story?
Probably just had to hurry. They were in a hurry. Walt Simonson did some of the pencils, but they used Carmen Infantino. See, Carmen Infantino was also doing John Carter before this.
So hit a deadline, basically.
And that comic was canceled. Yeah, and some most of the issues is unused John Carter of Mars story redrawn as a Star Wars story. This note art page came from there you go. So I didn't realize it was this far along. I thought it was a lot earlier than this, but there you go.
Interesting, yeah. Issue 53, yeah.
Alan Kuppenberg did some of the inking on it. So there you go.
Oh, I don't have that one. I got 54.
It's yeah, they had to make a bunch of aliens look like Tharks. Yeah, that's Clobberin.
Yeah, I have a good percentage of the Star Wars comics. Not maybe half of them, I think.
The Marvel one, you mean, or just
the originals in general? Yeah, but one of the cool things I remember as a kid too was I put in the chat. I went to a local store. They had those 3-packs of comics, and I found Star Wars 7, 8, and 9 with Jackson. And and I'm like, oh, why was he not in the movie? And you're reading it, and it doesn't make doesn't follow the movie.
Yes, it's new issues. It's not the movie. Yeah.
And you're like, I'm like, oh, that was such a cool find as a kid, to find that in the store. And but the Star Wars comics were tough to find, I guess, where I was. I don't know if they weren't always easy to get. So then I bought more years later. And actually, I'll turn my camera on. I have something to show.
They used to like Claude said. I mean, John Carter was dead and buried for years at that time, the comic, and they just reused it because probably got behind on deadlines like they always used to.
Yeah, we need a quick story, right? Yep.
Yeah, hang on.
We got
Star Wars stuff, folks. Everyone else is talking Star Wars, but I thought I would do it just out of resentment to the May the 4th thing. But I thought I would show some do stuff about comics. What the hell, Star Wars comics? Yeah, those are great. Are those the Dark Horse reprints of the Marvel stuff?
Yeah, those are the Dark Horse reprints. Let me move my mic over to the other side. But I'm missing issue number 1, and I was just thinking today before we did the show, I'm like, God, I got to find that. I should have bought that issue number 1 because I don't know, they're not too maybe not too easy to find these days. Let me move my mic over so I'll mute it.
Yeah, I don't have any of those trades, but they're nice. Kind of like to get those.
Yeah, so I got in these years ago. So these have, all the put that out of the way so I don't get you just get this glare on these covers. Oh well, but if I go like that, yeah. So these have this is issue number 2. Let's see what we got in here. So it's great to have, back before digital, you have the whole, of course they have the cover in there, and then they have the whole, it was mostly, Goodwin and Infantino, I think, for the most part, right? Till I'm not sure what number.
Well,
a good percentage of them, I guess.
He did a long stint on it. Yeah, Infantino.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that number 2?
Well, this is the second trade. So So it shows you. It's got all the titles. What's nice is it's got all the titles of all the the issues and the
What issues does it
artists.
go up to? You know?
Well, it's the whole series. So this
No,
one
no, but
is
that particular trade.
yeah. This is 21. It looks like. Does it give you the
Go-
numbers here? Shadow of the Dark Lord is 21, and then it ends with
Michael Golden issue 38. Oh, that stop right there. Stop right there. There's the shot that is referenced in the movie where Han Solo is attacked on Ord Mantell by that bounty hunter.
Okay.
Okay, and then later, this was in the comic book a couple of months before. And look, next, The Empire Strikes Back. But
Yep.
That's 37 though. In 38, they put the Golden story, and then just basically just look, it says continued in Empire Strikes Back, and in Empire, remember the movie? Well, the bounty hunter we ran into in Ord Mantell changed my mind. That's the scene right there.
Okay, great. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So what? Yeah, that's number 37. You said then, right?
Should be because 30 was it 37?
Yeah, here 36. Oh, that's 36.
That's 36. Well,
That's 36. The great. Yeah.
Yeah, but hang on a second. All right, look. Hang on. 39. Empire Strikes Back. Wasn't 38? Maybe 38 was the first one with the Empire. I thought this was the Empire adaptation. I got my numbers wrong, maybe.
So it looks like.
So what issue was the Michael Golden issue?
Let's see, 36.
Was that
I missed the
37?
cover here. No, here we go. I missed the cover here. Yeah. So 37. So
That's 37.
Archie
Goodman, Carmen Infantino.
Yep.
Is that Gene Day? Who's listed as the inker?
Yeah, Gene Day. Yep, Gene Day.
Wow,
Yep.
Gene Day did ink some Star Wars. There you go, Minimus.
And this is a nice reprint too, because it's really glossy pages and.
Oh yeah, I'd love to get those. Those are nice, but they
books are
weren't
nice.
cheap.
I don't think they were that cheap back when I got them. Yeah, now I can only imagine they're probably more. Yeah.
Okay, so that was 36, right?
Yep.
37.
And then this is 37. Yep. And then this is What number?
I don't
is
have a
this?
number on that one.
What's this? Why is there no number on there? I can check my comic book program, but
Muslim says, what was the one before it again? I love that comic. It was my first tempering of the TIE bomber. First tempering of the TIE bomber. Tempering? I still have it in the next story. Gotcha. What is she referring to there, Muslim Uncle? Let's see. Let's see. Let me look at number 38. Go to the old
reference
GCD.
book.
I use the GCD. It's just
Yeah.
It's very informative.
Yeah, look at that art with that TIE fighter getting.
Yeah, 30. That's 38. I don't know why they don't have the number on there.
That's 38
in that trade, but yeah, it's 38. Is the one with
Riders,
Michael
Riders
Golden
of the Board.
and
here we go.
When Michael Golden and Terry Austin.
That's weird. There's no number there. Huh?
It is weird. That's an art. I mean, that art in that issue is crazy. It's good though.
Yeah, Golden's great. Yeah, I got some Star
Terry
Wars
Austin
prints
was
they
great
did.
too. Yeah, a lot of people were trying to get him to sign this one. I think last time I saw it.
I'll have to bring it next time if I have it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and then of course they have all the Star Wars timeline here. Back when Dark Horse they had the license, so they had.
Are they bothering to tie it in with the Star Wars time with the other timeline? I think they just don't count it.
Well, this is so old, this book, so I don't know when this is. What year was this printed?
Oh, this is like the early 2000s, probably.
Yeah, this is a nice forward here. Let's see. First edition, June 2002.
Okay.
Before the dark times. Before
Keely
Disney.
Chow. Yeah, before the dark times. Before Disney. Roll Tide, Keely Chow. Yeah, buddy.
Kenobi fights alone. You're just talking about that one, yep. And I think I have all these digitally too. I think at one point I think when they were selling, there was a when they were losing the rights, I think they sold them all like super. They had like something in Comicology for really cheap, selling a lot of the trades.
Nice.
Yep. So this is, I guess they don't have Empire in it though. I guess. Oh, Empire Strikes Back, beginning, page 6.
Yeah.
Oh, they do have it. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's in there, I guess, because they did. I guess they spread it out over 6 issues or something, or maybe it was less than that. I can't remember.
Looks like here. Let's see if it was 3 issues or was it 6? Oh yeah, well,
was it 6?
Empire Strikes to be a Jedi. Nope, 6. Yeah, never questioned Clobby's memory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Memory, you know that.
And how come you always get everything right?
Never. Oh, come on, look up. I missed something earlier tonight. Come on, what was it?
Well, you were talking about how Ditko created the thing. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, that. No, something on Star Wars earlier. I totally messed up on how far that issue, the John Carter one. I thought it was way earlier than it was. So there you go.
Yeah, but at least you knew there was a John Carter issue of Star Wars. I didn't. Know that? I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah, but I only know because I was researching some crap years ago. And I guess the answers to that could be, well, that's how you know stuff, dummy.
Right.
I'm too dumb to know any of that. I'm too dumb to know what knowing means, what knowing things means. I love these though. It's cool.
So they talk about. I don't know if I have all 7. Or I have 6 of them. I have 2 through 7. So there's 7 in the series.
There you go, Empire.
But wasn't one of them, or was the Jedi was the separate miniseries?
Yeah, Jedi was a separate. It was the one they did not put inside the numbering for some silly reason. Yeah. I don't understand why they did that. Yeah, I mean, this is just fantastic. So I love this. Al Williamson was fantastic.
It's so good, yeah.
That's true. Matthew Pounder, Ditko created Star Wars. Wow, these trades go for $40 to $60 now. Well, good luck getting the first one. According to could not be reached for comment.
I knew I should have bought number 1 years ago.
Wow,
they are beautiful. I think I don't know if it's been recolored or.
That's beautiful right there. Yeah. Marvel Russell trades were going for between $2 and $6 after they lost rights. Well, they're a lot more now. Yeah, that's some beautiful stuff right there. I mean, I just couldn't take my eyes off of it. I kept staring at it, but I tried not to read the words and stuff because that would let me be surprised by stuff. When I was reading the comic, I didn't read I got the novel and didn't read it before the.
Yeah, you don't want to
before the movie.
Surprised, yeah.
And then toward the back, I stopped looking at it.
Guess who's coming to dinner?
Guess who's coming to dinner? Guess who?
Because they get the scene exactly. I mean, that's great.
Al Williamson is more of a photo type of art. I mean, he's a static Al Williamson. I mean, Alex Raymond type of an artist. He's not really that much of a cartoonist. He uses static pics a lot of times, but he's still I love him. I bought that facsimile of that issue 50 came out a year or two ago.
Nice. And of the new comics, I'd say there's The Last Jedi. I bought that on speculation. I lost money now. Went down in value after the movie tanked. I should have known that. Yeah. Well, it cost me
Mike
$10 or something.
He's saying I am the anti-Tyrion Lannister. He doesn't drink and knows nothing. I guess it's probably true because I don't drink and I don't know who Tyrion Lannister is. I know it's a stupid Game of Thrones character, but I would rather pretend not to know who it is.
You never watched Game of Thrones?
Hell no. I'm not a communist. Well, don't only commies watch that, sir?
Oh, I guess I'm a commie. Oh, I watched every episode. Yeah, well, you had to watch Gary and Doomcock's review. That was must-see TV when that.
I wasn't watching
during those reviews. Because of the show was, I'm like, is the show really that bad, or is it just me? And then I found Gary and his review.
They loved it until the last season.
Oh, but then that last season was yeah. So this is number 3.
That shit was nothing but international communism.
Wookiee World.
It's one of the later ones here.
Number 6. Yeah, I just flipped through a couple. They
started getting some crap. Yeah, I haven't looked at these, so it's cool.
This art's not good.
They got some really crappy art in some of these.
Yeah. This is terrible art.
Like, what's that? I forget that artist's name. Chris Martin or something. Chrissy
Let's
Martin
see.
or something.
Oh, this is so bad.
Something Martin. Chrissy.
Oh, that's your favorite, the Ewoks.
Who drew that crap?
Joe Duffy, Cynthia Martin.
Cynthia
Yeah.
Martin.
There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't remember
That's
her first
a
name.
little better.
Listen to this, man. Look at that Ewok cover. Oh.
All the kids love the Ewoks.
Well, some of this is okay. I mean, kind of, but that Cynthia Martin was horrific. This is what is Darth Vader doing? And it's way after Jedi. I mean, this is after Jedi stuff right here.
Right? I guess. Yeah. Right? This has got to be. Yeah. Or is this what? Let me see what issue. Is this Jedi here?
No, they didn't put Jedi in the cover.
Well, because they had an Ewok on the cover. So let's see.
They were just bringing back Ewoks for some.
Let's see. Wookiee
stupid
World.
ass reason.
Say what. These are the still active after all these years. Cat's Paw. Hey, that's a Star Trek story.
Yeah, it is. Claude says my favorite thing is Gary's hatred of Jar. Gary roasts that guy, but he's a fan of Jar's books, and he's mad at him for not finishing them. I understand it, but hail Gary, and thank you, Gary, for the shout out today. I was honored, man.
That was cool. Yeah, I was listening.
Yeah, very nice of him. Gary's the man. We love Gary around here. Gary with Nerdrotic, everybody. Yeah, this is some of this is kind of semi okay, making it no worse than. In fact, some of it's better than some of the Infantino stuff. But that back stuff there in the back there,
yeah, some of it. You wonder how quick they were rushing this out, or if it was. I wonder how many of these are
the
selling.
comic wasn't really doing that well after what kind of run its course. The movies were over. It's like 1984 at this point, probably, or 85-ish. And, it kind of no one expected Star Wars to be coming back as a movie or anything. Yeah. And you weren't getting that many. You weren't getting any Star Wars books. This kind of died out, and then then it went years for the license fell to Dark Horse.
Yep.
And you had Dark Empire.
Oh, these were $30 new, I guess. Trade price, so not cheap either.
Wow,
so.
you bought those probably.
Well, I got these on eBay. I can't remember. I was searching for them, years after I wanted it. Before digital, you couldn't. It was tough to read stuff too if you wanted to find back issues. So I don't know if it would have been cheaper to buy. Probably, who knows? Buy some of the issues would have been cheaper. Because a lot of the Star Wars was in the dollar bin too for many years. I remember other than certain the initial ones or certain key issues or something. But
look, he's fighting Lobot.
Yeah,
I remember that. I bought that one. That I remember. I think it's the
56.
Simonson cover.
Michelin Simonson.
Is he back on Bespin or something?
Plot. Coffin in the Clouds. There, looks like he's back on Bespin.
Dave Michelini and is it Simonson?
It says Simonson. Simonson, Palmer, Rosen, Ween.
Okay,
Michelini.
so it means Tom Palmer plot. Overpowered his ass on the art. You can tell on the inside. Well, Tom Palmer overpowered everybody. It was Hungry Boy with here. He backed me up on that. But yeah, so he's back on Cloud City, huh?
Yep.
A Lando issue, though. I think it's probably why I bought that one. Yeah, I wish I still had all of my Star Wars comics, even the crappy ones.
Yes, I guess they didn't reprint. I'm assuming they didn't reprint the. Oh, that's a great Darth Vader there.
Claude,
for you.
Are you referring to this issue?
Oh, I can't see the chat, guys, because I'm on the other desk. Just so
I'm just saying
I'm not responding.
He's mentioning a comic. Well, I'll take it off in a second. He's mentioning the comic that I already put up there. Are you referring to this issue, Claudius? Menomousness?
The Last Jedi.
Oh, man.
Oh, laying a swimsuit.
Hey. Oh, boy.
Oh, my.
So, yeah, Marvel Star Wars.
This
is a gone thing.
Funny. Number 5.
That's a Gene. They repurposed a Gene Day cover for that cover of that trade.
Oh, you got Bob Layton on some of these.
He did it. Yeah, he did.
John Byrne pinup.
Yeah.
Pinup by Michael Golden. Let's see, 269. I wonder if that's. I bought some prints that he did of Star Wars. Golden, yeah, at Comic Con, which is nice. Yeah, let's see, 269.
They have an A-wing there. Oh,
cool. I'll go back.
Looks like a tauntaun. I thought I saw a tauntaun.
I think yeah, it did too. Yep. Oh, that's the Ice Trenches of Hoth. Michael Golden. Yeah, that's nice.
Back on Hoth.
This artwork looks pretty good here.
Again, you can smell Tom Palmer inks a mile away. I don't know who did the pencils, but
yep, Tom Palmer finishes it. Friends.
That's true. Matthew Pounder, Kirby did a trading card. I think I ought to get that one. Just get that to show just for the fun of it, because Jack Kirby's the only time he did Star Wars, anything to do with Star Wars. So
did some of the cards or just one card?
No, he did one trading card, and it's since he kind of inspired Star Wars with his Fourth World.
Was that one of the movie series cards, or was it?
I think so. Find it. There it is. Yeah, the Star Wars Galaxy cards. Mike Thibodeau inked him on it and colored him on it, probably. But
so they're not the photo cards from like the Blue Series and the.
Oh no! This
different,
is
totally
90s.
Different. 90. Okay, yeah.
80s, late 80s. 90s,
okay, yeah.
Like that.
Well, that's a pretty good solo there.
Huh?
Good. That's not a bad solo. Friends, yeah. The Big Con. Sometimes I screw up the likenesses so much, but this is for the most part they've got that looks like Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, I mean it's way better than infantry. Look, some of that stuff, not that Cynthia Martin horrible crap, but some of that stuff there, that stuff there, even Tom Palmer inking it was pretty good looking stuff. A lot of it again always takes place after Jedi, so they were really having to stretch their stories.
Luke is Force Ghost Darth Vader.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember reading many of those, to be honest. At that point, I wasn't really buying. I was so pissed off at Return of the Jedi. I know that I wasn't I wasn't buying the Star Wars comic after a while. And between Empire and Star Wars, I was. Yeah. And the Simonson ones, but I think I was so pissed off. I don't think I touched this. I mean, if I'm remembering right, and I don't think I touched Star Wars comics after Jedi.
Wow.
Because
Jedi.
I was pissed off at Jedi. The Bastages.
I loved that movie as a kid. Yeah, because I think the age difference makes seeing as a younger kid, you didn't mind the Ewoks as much, maybe, but I was just me. But
something you don't see every day: Jack Kirby Star Wars.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
In Dallas Fantasy, I thought you bought that card in Dallas Fantasy Fair '94. Could be. I can't remember. You sure can, I guess, but I can't. I have it. Oh, I have the card. I just couldn't. I mean, I'm going to go dig it out somewhere where I'm pull off the internet. But the Topps cards, but I have no idea where I bought it. But it was around the '90s. So yeah. Anyway, so there's Jack, who
that's Kirby.
Yeah. With Mike Thibodeau with on the inks and colors, I believe. So yeah. Anyway, it's just kind of a neat thing, like so rare that sort of like
it's nice to have, yeah.
Sort of like Jack doing Batman. Something almost never happened other than this. So you just want to see it for a novelty. Because he was so busy not creating the thing and letting Steve Ditko create the thing for him.
Ditko, yeah. Ditko's family's going to want some residuals. Yeah.
Yeah. Collider. Well, I thought they were going to. I guess they don't care that I tagged them on Twitter and then did the video, but I thought they would be they would be embarrassed.
Well, it was pretty. They should correct it at least. Did they correct it? I wonder
if they corrected it. I never back. They don't. Yeah. No one. They don't know.
Yeah.
They got their clicks off of it. I mean, it's like. Again, I don't care that it was poorly written. I don't care about their opinions on what stories they think are better. I mean, other than, you goof on that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But you can't make a mistake like that and expect any credibility. The thing is, because they didn't just make the mistake, right? They put it right under the correct answer. I mean, in other words, it's there. The mistake is in the print in the prose, and right above it is the picture contradicting it from the page of the comic book.
Yeah. I mean, it's got Kirby's name right there, but someone in Collider should know. I mean, I could see where, but that's where you have an editor too, where you don't, hey, someone could miss something, if they're not.
Right, but you always
but you also expect the person that's doing that, making that top 10 list is going to have read most of the FF comics.
Exactly.
Or technically should have read all of the FF comics, because if they had, there's no way Ultimate FF would be anywhere near any of those lists. I mean, it's just a terrible series. I mean,
some of that's all right there, but yeah, no, exactly. My point is is exactly what you're saying. It's easily correctable, but you would really think that someone who would ostensibly know the Fantastic Four well enough to compile even the most basic of 10 list of top 10 would know that Jack Kirby was the creator, the co-creator of the Fantastic Four, and that Steve Ditko was not. I mean, sometimes it's like what I've seen happen. They say when Stan Lee created the fan, and they would leave Jack out of there. Well, this time not only do they leave Jack out of there, they replace him. They add insult to injury.
Yeah.
This is I remember this cover. What the hell is Lando?
Look at Chewbacca.
Wearing?
How bad he looks. Yeah.
Look at what the hell's Lando wearing?
Cynthia Martin, Joe Duffy writer.
God, it's awful. I mean, I love Joe. Joe Duffy was a good writer. Yeah. I don't know if the story's any good, but I mean, she was great on Power Man and Iron Fist.
Looks like
so. The story might be good here, but Jesus Christ, the art blows goats. I have proof.
Wow, Luke is buff there. It looks like he's on his way to Eden. Yeah, it looks like he's on his way to Eden there. Hey, brother.
On the way to Eden. Yay, brother.
I mean, he was in good shape for Empire, but yeah. That's the last issue. What's the last page? I wonder what is it.
When that new copyright law passes, it will make everything pre-1967 public domain. That's against it. Really? When's that happening?
I can't imagine
everything. When you say everything, what do you mean everything?
Disney keeps changing the sun. It's a Sonny Bono law.
Mickey
really Mouse Luke? Yeah, that's Luke. That's the last panel, Luke. Yeah,
steroid Luke. Holy hell! Okay, that's messed up.
Very last
that is
panel.
Weird, lousy crap.
Yeah, but Disney lobbied everyone and kept getting the copyright change. So I think finally, this guy is going to be in the public domain soon. Good old Steamboat Willie.
You think so? I don't believe it.
Finally, I think they said that cartoon is going to enter the public domain, and Pooh is actually entering the public domain. If you saw some of the Twitter stuff, they're making a Pooh horror movie. But
wait a minute, everything beneath 1967, you can't copyright anymore.
I can't imagine they would change the law.
That sounds far-fetched to me.
I think it's 75 years.
A lot of shit. Yeah.
Well, you don't know. You never lose a trademark. Yeah, you never lose
a trademark.
Yeah, like you don't lose a trademark, so they can copyright. Like Mickey Mouse is a trademark, but the old cartoons would be in the public domain. But Disney's responsible. That's why American copyright law. If you look it up, it's the years kept adding up and adding up and adding up, and of course, I'm in favor of the creators obviously getting getting paid and having rights, but Mozart's not getting any, his family's not getting residuals from his music anymore. I mean, after a while, it goes to public domain. So, it'd be great if it was 667.
Oh, hey, look,
long enough. Yeah.
Hope you guys are right. I'd love it. That'd be hilarious. Screw these companies that look, because all these copyrights that are held by these companies, they were all just unethically stolen from creators, all of it, who didn't get dick. So, so Wow, Star Wars Adventures. What the hell's wrong with you?
Dun,
Oh,
dun, dun,
you got the
dun.
toy. I saw this out there. Yeah, look at that. Jack's on. Jack's
Jack's
off.
off.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh, shit. For those who are wondering, yes, it is true. That character is that character.
So I
See
had to have it.
See the bunny with the green head? That's him. In case you didn't know, they did a toy. I saw that toy. I almost picked it up. But it was like fairly cheap too. It was at Checkin' and Charles.
But, the crazy thing was I finally ordered this because I'd ordered from Best Buy 6 months ago, and
Good
it
night,
never
Chris
showed
Berger.
up. Take care, Chris.
You bought it from Best Buy? Oh, you ordered it.
I ordered from Best Buy, and I'd ordered the probe droid. And I never got this guy. I'm like, what happened? What happened?
Bucky
And then I
O'Hare,
ordered
yeah.
it from somewhere else, and I got it. And then last week, another one showed up. So the Best Buy one showed up on
Now
my
you got two of
doorstep. So I got two of them. This one, a little bit of crease here, but I'll open one of them, I guess.
But speaking of things showing up, those books are in okay shape.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah, you packed them really well. You packed them so well, it was tough for me to get them out.
That's kind of the
point. Teasing.
Yeah,
yeah.
the point there. Yeah, but no, I was terrified that I was pretty sure I screwed them up and didn't back them up.
No, we packed them really well. Yeah.
All righty. Well, now you have two copies of Dead about Devil Hunter.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Yep.
This is crazy though. Yeah, that they would do this figure.
figure.
I think it's cool. That is kind of cool. It's got to come out of there.
Yeah, this one of these I'll take out. Yeah, probably this one because the box is a little dinged. But yeah, and it's a nice box, and when they do these things right for collectors, it's. I should have done a video on this guy today, but I was too busy.
Yeah,
at work.
you should.
Just that for the real Star Wars Day, maybe I'll do one tomorrow. But just great, it's great fun stuff, and got 50 Lucas 50 years. Wow.
Crazy stuff.
And it looks like a pretty decent figure too. So I haven't had him out of the box.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool, but it's a nice display box there. So
it's crazy they would do that. Like everyone, Athena said, pretty much Bucky O'Hare. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Very similar. It looks like
Golden.
it anyway. From Michael Golden, but this was before Michael Golden, way before Michael Golden and whoever else it was created.
Yeah.
Wasn't this Archie Goodwin?
I'm guessing it was good one, because that was issue
Archie
4 or
Goodwin.
5. What issue was his first issue?
I think he took over after. He may have taken over after Roy did the movie adaptation, but I'm not sure. I can't really. Again.
And I think they have in the Mandalorian, didn't they have a skeleton somewhere or something where there was a room with Jackson skeleton, or there was like a.
I've heard someone say that.
I'm trying to remember what episode it was. Yeah, they had, which just got me pissed off. It's like, just have him on the freaking series, Don't.
Yeah, they should put him on there.
Just put him on. Why not? You can do it now.
Speaking of that, are you gonna watch Obi?
Yeah, I got.
When does that come on? Tonight? Tomorrow night? No, Friday.
Tonight is Strange New Worms. You already.
I thought that was last night.
No, it was tonight. Didn't you email me to remind me to watch it with you?
Oh, you have it?
Not yet.
I thought no. I thought no, you already.
No,
have it,
I was
right?
wrong. It's Thursday night. No, I don't. It's coming out
Thursday morning.
Thursday morning at 3.
So, but Obi crap is going to be.
When is Obi-Wan this weekend?
Is it Friday? I think it's Friday. Obi-Wan's Friday. I'm fairly sure.
Okay. I just hope. Is it true they're going to have? I mean, this no spoilers. I have nothing about the series, but I just hope they don't have Darth Vader fight Obi-Wan. I guess that's the rumor that people are saying.
My worry about this is they would do this, and it would be nothing to do with Obi-Wan. I wouldn't mind seeing a
Vader kicks ass would be cool. Not related to Obi-Wan, but some of those Vader stories. That would be kind of cool to have.
Could not be recommended. No, Neil Adams. No, it was Larry Hama co-created him with Michael Golden.
Yep.
Bucky O'Hare. I never read the comic or anything, but I've seen. I remember saying it.
I'll turn that off. There's too much glare there. Sorry. But no, I mean, there's a lot of great Star Wars stories that could be told, and the new, the only one of the few new comics I recommend is that Darth Vader issues 1 through 25. That first volume run, and who's the Star Wars fan film guy that everyone what's I'm forgetting his name. He did a whole series. He basically did like an audiobook version of the comic, which was fantastic. Who was one of the big Star Wars streamers, and he made the Darth Vader movie fan film years ago.
Oh, I can't remember.
Someone help us in the chat.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember.
And then the Star Wars writers group was attacking him when he cried when Luke Skywalker appeared. They were making fun of him.
Oh, was it the Star Wars Theory?
Star Wars Theory, thank you. Yeah, sometimes your brain doesn't work. Yeah, so Star Wars Theory did a brilliant video
night,
of
Ace.
those issues. Take care, Ace.
Good night, buddy. Take it easy, bro. Friday there's gonna be 2 episodes of Obi-Wan.
All right, so let me see what time is it. Going to be on to 3 a.m. or is it going to be
3 a.m. or come crap the way Disney always does it, or I don't know.
Let me check my Disney Pluses or minuses, I should say.
That would mean Friday at 3 a.m.
Which I would hate.
For your time, 2 a.m. my time, of course. Midnight on the West Coast.
Why does the East Coast always get screwed?
No, I don't know. Because you're late for everything.
Yeah, we're late for everything.
Because stupid time zones.
Obi-Wan coming Friday.
Zones?
Trailer. Obi-Wan trailer. Details. Let's see, details. We're still on Tatooine because every movie's got to be in Tatooine.
Of course.
So we get 2. So it's closed. So we get 2. We get the first 2 issues.
You see, just Ace Cast Iron. If you're still there, buddy. So in honor of Star Wars Day. Remember all that fun we used to have humming the end credits of Empire? Just think of that. All those good times we had going wah 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 wah, and we would just ride around in the car singing with it the whole end credits, bit from the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 the whole damn thing, and we knew every beat, every bit of it. That's how many times I've listened to that end credits of The Empire Strikes Back. It's probably gone already, but we used to do that whenever we were riding around and stuff. Because it's got all the it's such a great
it's great,
amalgamation of the whole soundtrack in that end credits, run and stuff.
No, it's great, and I have that. One of my friends, or his wife's friend, worked at like a Barnes and Noble or one of our Tower Records back in the day, and when you stuffed it in cell, they would punch a hole through it, and then have to send it back. But then she grabbed us the Star Wars CDs that had come out as a special edition back in the early 2000s, I guess, all of the remixes, all the soundtracks. It was so nice. It was like a remix. So here, do you want it's got a little hole in the cover, but who cares, got the CDs with the booklets, and it's great. And I had them in, you had one of those back in the day, you had before digital, you had those jukebox CDs. So I had one with 300 discs or 200 discs that would spin around, and you could put it on random, so it played random music. And my wife would go crazy whenever I had the 6 Star Wars discs in there. So there's a good percentage chance a Star Wars soundtrack would show up. She's like, skip that, turn it up, it's enough. But the march and those are great soundtracks to listen to.
Beautiful music. And it's perfect because, again, if you just go, the whole soundtrack by John Williams is terrific.
Yeah.
But that whole, if you go to where it says end credits or end titles or whatever, when they're standing there watching the ships fly by, they're on the medical frigate after Luke gets his hand.
Yep.
It says, Princess, don't worry. When we find Jabba the Hutt, not bounty hunter, I'm just think of that scene. Of course, they screwed with it. Special edition pisses me off with that. I forgot how they fiddled with it now, but they fiddled with that line. Should have been, we'll find Jabba. Yeah. When we find Jabba the Hutt, that bounty hunter, we'll give you we'll call you, whatever. Yeah. I'll meet you at the rendezvous point on Tatooine. And Because what do you mean find him? Where else were they going to bring him? So that was always kind of a weird thing. But that music, when they're standing there, it goes wah 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 wah.
It's kind of sad music. Yeah, it's like a.
Well, there's the thing, dude. The end credit scenes. I mean, for the soundtracks on both Star Wars and Empire, and I guess even for I actually kind of don't mind the special edition and what they did to Jedi. I can't stand that. It's better than that Ewok music. But anyway,
the party stuff.
Yeah, the throne room scene when they're getting their medals. That is some of the most feel good, triumphant. I mean, makes you feel like you want to. I mean, that makes you feel like what Dax said at the beginning of Empire. So some days I feel like I take on the whole Empire myself. Yeah, I know what you mean. That throne room music when Luke gets his medal, and then when it culminates in the end theme, to the main theme there, and then goes off into the credits, I can listen to that all day long too.
Yeah, it's almost like Nick has been doing Toxic Tuesday Rocky movies, and I think Star Wars is one of the best soundtracks, and that Rocky theme too was that same kind of feeling where the horns and it makes you want to just work out, although it hasn't worked so well, but it's it just so uplifting. So that's part of the reason why the movie works so well too. Rocky and Star Wars and The Godfather. You can name just a few classics where the soundtrack, maybe you don't realize it, or you do, but it's behind the scenes. But could you imagine if Star Wars had a crappy theme? How would it have worked? I mean, Darth Vader's March. I mean, how classic is that as a setup for his character? When you hear that, it makes the character that much more powerful, scary, and it adds all those emotions. So
yeah,
I can't imagine without it.
No, you can't either. One of my favorite shows I ever did, I could never put on YouTube because of all the copyright violations. But it was from 2012. And Flash and I did our countdown of I'll tell you about it before. Our countdown of our all-time favorite movie soundtracks.
Oh, your soundtracks, right? Yeah.
And we used, we had your friend Tex produce it for us, and we had, snippets of music from all the movies. And I can't remember the exact order I had now, but it was so much fun. And when we got into the top 5 or so, we had slightly out of a different order of each, but we all had a lot of the same thing. A lot of John Williams. In fact, it was dominated by John Williams. But there might have been in slightly different orders. But then when we got to number 1, it was the biggest secret that we knew it was the biggest. I don't know why anyone thought it was a secret, because we both had the same number 1. But we had a lot of, I think I had Superman 2 at my number 2. Superman 2, screw that. Superman 1 at my number 2. And then I had like Empire and Star Wars. And again, it's just.
Yeah.
It was John Williams after John Williams after John Williams at the top. Yeah. Raiders,
Star Trek, this is a classic.
Oh, there were a lot of stuff in there. That's the whole. Yeah. We did top 25. But I'm saying when I got into the top 5, though, it was Williams. I mean, Williams, and both of us had Jaws as our number 1.
Right.
No, I mean that's.
Yeah, how could you not?
I mean, you could make cases of the how that perhaps Star Wars or Superman definitely or even Raiders are more grandiose, but the Jaws soundtrack
that works
is the only. It's brilliant, and it's a only movie where you can say that the music is a character in the film, because the music is the shark. The shark's not the shark. The fake shark's not the shark.
It's the music.
Is the shark.
Yeah, because I was watching an interview about that lately, and then Spielberg was saying something where it's too simple, or it's not. At first, he's like, it's and it is so simple, right? But the simple stuff is the best a lot of times. That's the genius, and why didn't I think of that before, right? I mean, that it's simple, but only he could do it, right? So, it sounds easy, but it's not.
No, it's amazing stuff. And then and this Star Wars music, it's just aside right up there with Jaws, with Raiders, with Superman is his finest work. I mean, there are plenty of other great John Williams scores. I'm not the biggest E.T. fan. That's a great score.
Oh, that's great.
But his Star Wars scores, because the thing is, it's not just 1 or 2 movies. all three scores for the original trilogy are brilliant, and then all three scores for the sequel trilogies are brilliant. Now, as much I'm not just saying it because I hate the sequels. He's just not. You can tell he doesn't give a crap with the sequels.
Well, except for the Duel of Fates. I mean, wow.
Duel of the Fates. That's the sequels.
Oh, sequel. You're talking.
No,
Oh,
I
no.
think he was brilliant on the prequels.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm mixing up the sequels, prequels. Yeah. No, those are brilliant. Yeah, I thought
sequels, I can't even tell it's him. It's just him going through motions. I'm sure it's good, but the movies are so horrible. Who cares? But the prequels, even though a lot of people don't like them, the music's
that's why I mentioned Duel of Fates
in the prequels.
Yeah.
Oh, Duel of the Fates. Even the damn love theme from Attack of the Clones is brilliant, and of course, Battle of the Heroes, and a lot of the other great music. I mean, the prequels have great music.
Oh yeah. And they've aged pretty well, I think, the prequels in a lot of ways. I mean, they're not.
I agree.
They've aged better over time, and you're a little bit more.
It is a sad fact of life that when things get really, really bad, things that you complained about years earlier do become less.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
Less of a problem. I mean, it's a shame that it has to be that way, but it is that way.
I mean, Attack of the Clones is definitely the weak.
And yet, I've heard people think it's the greatest. I'm like, ugh. So many cringy bits in that movie.
Yeah, the love story, that's what kills it. And Lady Thor cannot act. I mean, I don't know what everyone says. She says she's a great actress, but I'm still waiting for her to show me that she's good other than the professional.
I just think what's his face was worse though. I think Hayden Christensen was worse.
I think she's worse because she's supposed to be a good actress, and she's
they're both bad though.
I know.
To be honest with you, are they both bad, or was the writing so bad?
Well, the writing's horrible too, but she's dialing it in too. I don't think she
was particularly bad in the first one, but
no, she's dialing it in. It's really
yeah.
It's not good stuff.
But these originals, and it's never going to be even close. Nothing's ever going to touch them, even with all of its flaws. Jedi. It still has the original crew. It's just it's a shame that they had that they lost Gary Kurtz. The Sand Speech, that is a classic, absolutely fantastic. The losing of Gary Kurtz really hurt what they were trying to do. Here's the biggest tragedy of all, though, is that look, we can love George Lucas for giving us what we have. That's true, but he also took a lot away, because you know what, it shouldn't have been that way. It should have been let it rest for maybe 6 years, then come back with more movies, instead of for him waiting to do still a prequel thing. In other words, if you talk to anybody who was a fan of Star Wars at that point, you say, hey, how about if he takes a few years off and then brings these characters back? Would you rather wait for 16 years and we'll tell the story of Darth Vader? Everyone said, look, I want more of these people.
Yeah.
I want the original crew back. And if Harrison Ford wants to be out of it so much, we know he never believes it, says it, he never backs himself up anyway. Because as soon as you back up a money truck to him, he'll jump in. Give him more money, and you can let him kill off his character in a movie, maybe, like he wanted to in Jedi. But bring him back and give us. I'd have taken 3 more movies with those characters any day over any of the shit, the prequels, and of course, obviously over the sequels. I think people would have been happier to get just about 3 more movies with them that follow up the original trilogy, and then George,
then hand it off.
Yeah, didn't stop for a while, George, and then later knock yourself out with the prequels. If he had done that, then I think people would have been a lot more well disposed. Sort of. Hey, J25.
Hell, yeah.
Good to see you. All right, JD, have a good one, buddy.
Take care, JD.
Yes, he should have put the band back together. Give us 3 more movies after Jedi, and then I think fans would have been more at peace. Then later, down the road, you want to do your dumb special editions, but then do your prequels, tell your story the way you want to tell it, just a few years later, or you can do it in 99 if you want to. And then fans would have been, I think we'd have had a lot more of these characters that we were really robbed out of. We were robbed out of more of these characters, and then when he sold it, we got screwed out of all these
because
characters.
he had the plans.
Again.
The plans were laid, and he said he wanted to spend more time with his kids, and he didn't want to go through the 10 years of the 3 new movies, and then but he should have if you're selling it, yeah, either have someone else. But of course, he's a control freak too. He's that kind of guy.
Hey,
so you can't, it's your baby. Yep. Hey, Decepticon. So you like you think he's gonna not do it, and then he's gonna get sucked back in. So, but what he should have done is said, condition of the sale was Disney, use his story elements. I don't know how you could work it out, but he was shocked at Iger when they found out what the new stories were, and how stupid is that not to put the whole gang back together when you've got you've got Luke, Leia, and Solo, all together, and not have them in one scene all together in the movie. I mean, how utterly ridiculous is that? I mean, totally batshit crazy that they didn't do that. So it's just really a sad loss. And then we lost Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher, and then we lost. Then they killed off Han Solo in the first movie. And I've told the story before, like my dad, we ended up loving Star Wars, and he was sick at that time. And I said, oh, it would be great to go see, this new movie with Dad, The Force Awakens. And then, I went to see it, opening night. I'm like, oh, shit, they killed off, he loved Indiana Jones and, of course, Han Solo, and I freaking kill him off in the in that movie. I'm like, all right, that's it. Not taking Dad. That's wasn't in great shape anyway. And I'm like,
don't taint Star Wars for him.
Not going to take him to go see that shit.
God bless him. Why ruin Star Wars for somebody like that? Doesn't have much time. I mean, I know that I'd make the same decision. It's like, man, it's heartbreaking. Yeah, they're just movies to some people. They're just movies to idiots like Jar Jar Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy and Ruins Johnson. But they mean so much to so many people. Yeah. But these are heartless, soulless ghouls of the people who are running Star Wars now, and they don't give a shit. In fact, not only that, they hate the fans, and they go out over there to prove it all the time. Decepticon says Lucas had no idea where to take these characters. That's for sure. Though I've never been a fan of the Shadows of the Empire. And me either. I wasn't big into that either. But he also says, it took me over 20 years to like the Thrawn trilogy. I found Heir of the Empire sort of rough, and now accept them as the real 7, 8, 9. I'm kind of there as well. Decepticon, I like the books fair enough, but just because they're the best thing going as an answer or a continuation to the original trilogy, I'm fine with it, but I would love to have seen it done better. I would love to have seen more movies with them.
Well, Heir to the Empire was in the Thrawn trilogy was just so important to revitalize in Star Wars too, because it was dead, right? I mean, you had the video games, but those books were the Zahn books were such a huge hit.
They were a hit. I like them enough, but yeah.
Yeah, so it was, but that really helped make Star Wars more valuable and not die out too in some ways. So, and then you had the whole EU, and then Kennedy comes in and says we don't have any stories we can use. It's like, what about Mara Jade and all those great EU stories? There was an opportunity there, as Kyle was saying, it was really missed, and it was such a regurgitative story. Like everyone, all these people said they liked The Force Awakens. I'm like, I'm in the movie theater with my buddy, and I'm like,
I hated it so much.
Haven't we seen this before? It's like another freaking Death Star planet. I mean, it was bad enough Jedi had another, Death Star. It was kind of a groan-inducing, as much as I did like Jedi.
Bad. I hate the fucking Force Awakens. When I walked out of The Force Awakens, my son and I walked out. I'm like, oh my! I was pretty upset. I was like, what a piece of trash. And it was. I remember I got home, and I talked to Michael and Melinda had not seen it yet, and so they've been taking a lot of shit. They were taking a lot of shit from people at that time who, just because they weren't going to go see it immediately, they weren't going to go see it, but they were rightfully very concerned about it. Well, indifferent, and they were just thinking they didn't think it was going to. From what they'd both seen of the plot, they thought it was a bad idea, and so I remember I got on the phone with them right after the movie on the way home, and we talked for a couple of hours because they're not invested in it. So they just asked me. So they had me tell them what happened, so they'd be ready. And I told them, and they were like,
But
"Oh
they're
my
massive
God.
Star Wars fans, obviously.
None of that crap." So
no,
we were
but
able to
massive. Yeah, but these are massive. You're talking massive Star Wars fans.
They
That's what
are
I mean.
real deal
Yeah,
Star Wars.
yeah,
So they
yeah.
hate the prequels, though. I mean,
Oh,
I gave Melinda wanted to watch the prequels again. I remember a few years before that because she'd seen them and she really does not like. She was trashing the hell out of them, and she said, but she didn't have them. I said, I'll send you mine because I don't really want them anymore anyway. And I
Yep.
sent her. She has my copy. Well, they're hers now because I gave them to her of the prequels so she could watch them again because she didn't want to buy them. And I said, don't buy them. I'll give you mine. But we talked for a few hours. I was telling them about it, and it was like, man, I needed it. It was therapeutic for me to be able to talk to them after that garbage movie. And then I couldn't sleep after that. I got to talk. Another friend called, a lady friend called after that, and we talked for 2 hours about how stupid the movie was. And it's like this movie's a piece
dumb
of
movie.
garbage.
I mean, I think the opening was a cool setup scene where had some he's freezing the force bolt there, or using the force to freeze the laser bolt with rifle blast. There were some cool things, but then Finn, had all that potential, and then you've got Rey on the planet, and that was a cool opening scene. Finding, she's scavenging, and like, oh, that looks like old school Star Wars, with the Star Destroyer. But then it just went off the rails. It was just a search for stupid stuff, and then there's no way that we've hashed this movie to death, but there's no way Rey. I mean, how embarrassing is it for guy's been training, forever, right, to be the apprentice, to be the next Darth Vader, and then this girl comes along who has done no training and is able to equal him or best him with a lightsaber. I mean, I was waiting for in the end. I'm like, all right, that's gonna be cool. They're gonna have her like cut her arm or a leg off, and then Finn's gonna come in and rescue her, and then they're gonna take her away, and then she's going to train with Luke, or, there's going to be something that's going to happen, but she's going to get totally mutilated in this movie. And then she ends up winning the fight in the first movie. That's why Empire was so good, because
look what happened to
Luke
us.
loses in Empire. He loses and he barely gets away.
We were supposed to be celebrating real Star Wars tonight, and we degenerated into sequel crap.
Oh.
I'm mad at me for that.
Oh, sorry.
Not you. It was me.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off at me for what we just did. We besmirched real Star Wars Day. See, at the beginning of the show, I said I wasn't going to do that shit.
Yeah.
Then we had all this fun talking about Star Wars, Marvel, Star Wars comics, and the comic adaptation. And then look what happened. You can't, and that's sick and sad that you can't talk about real Star Wars without degenerating into talking about filth. And you are not to blame. I am. I'm just mad at myself for it.
Yeah, just with all the. Yeah, well, it's all those good memories, and then it kind of taints your memories, and it's one thing. We'll quit talking about it, I guess, but it's one. Luke is such a hopeful character, so I actually cried when Luke came back on the screen in Mandalorian. I was remembering being in the theater with my dad and how cool that was, and with my sister, and I'm like watching with my son. It just brought back all. It was a flood of bringing back all those memories, and of course, I miss. You miss your, anyone who's, everyone's lost someone, that's that memory. And then, and he's such a hopeful character. That's why Luke, he's down in the dumps, and he finds out his father is, this horrible person. Yep. Happy. But that's why it's such a great character. He blames me. That's okay.
I wasn't doing that just to mess with you either. I'm really mad at myself to let it happen.
Yeah.
I should have nipped it in the bud, as Barney Five says. Nip it in the bud. Oh,
but that's why we love Luke, right? So we want to have that hope, right? It's we saw there were no numbers on the movies. It was and it was just Star Wars. It wasn't even a new. I don't even think it was
Star Wars.
No new hope.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Star Wars. That's what it was when I first damn saw it. That's all I am. And it'll always be Star Wars. But yeah.
And then the toys, you had all those toys, and it was just a cultural phenomenon. Some great, and those comics are pretty good too. If you can find them digitally, or I mean, they're not really that expensive to buy most of those comics anyway. If you want to go out and collect them, there's a few that are up in value, but. You get them digitally, or those. I was looking; those trades aren't you can find some of those trades I was showing for $15-$20 depending on condition. So just don't anyone outbid me for issue number 1. I put in some bids for issue number for the first one again. I must complete my collection.
No, it's okay. Hey, Deception, as I said earlier today, I'm at peace with Rehash of the Jedi. I actually like it now. But yes, I mean, no, look, it's all my fault that we went down that bad road. When tonight we were here talking about Star Wars comic
Classic
adaptations, stuff. And stuff like that, and then just I mean, Star Wars comics adaptations and other such stuff. And then I let it get out of control because it's just it's such a heartbreaker.
It's a segue, it's just a natural segue, yeah.
It is, but I still should have stopped it. I mean, it is heartbreaking and depressing when you loved something this much. And again, look, it's not even my number one deal. Hey, when it comes to favorite things of geekness in life, it's almost a toss up between comics, real deal, the comics that I love, and Star Trek, real Star Trek.
Yep.
Very close on the heels of that would be Doctor Who, Blake 7, Star Wars, and some other. I mean, there's a Star Wars is something I love.
It's a top tenner,
but I can't see. Sort of a top, way up there. I can't say it's like I'm a number one. It's my number one hardcore thing, but I do love it. But it's only the original trilogy that I love. It's so comics and Star Trek come first, then you get a level down. I mean, and of course, the original Doctor Who's right up there, real deal Doctor Who, and then various other things.
Yeah, but thankfully there's no new Star Trek, so we just ended.
They don't make new Star Trek anymore.
Yeah,
they don't make new Star Wars either.
There was nothing to talk about there.
They don't make new Doctor Who. They don't make new Star Trek. They don't make new Star Wars. It's all filth. So,
Claude is saying, yeah, I did like Rogue One too. I have to say, I did like.
I thought
Rogue
it was
One.
okay. Yeah, I mean,
yeah. So that was one, probably the only good thing we got from the dark times. Yeah.
I can't say I have a favorite lightsaber hilt drive. I think they all look kind of cool because it's not design. Because I don't really know much about him now. Michael French, that's a man who could tell you about a lightsaber hilt. He's got a bunch of them, and of course he's an expert on that sort of thing. But I can't say I have a favorite. I kind of love the one Luke had in Empire, but I'm no expert on that. Deception said the Star Wars. What the hell?
Well, you meant come on, we got here, let me turn the camera on here.
Hang on a second. Star Wars newspaper strips were the best adaptations of Star Wars to me. Oh yeah, well the Al Williamson.
Oh, I gotta switch camera.
Hang on, I gotta get the overlay off.
Here, I'll switch to the front camera here. Let's see.
There you go.
So
I guess that's his favorite right there.
Well, this is Yoda, right? So
Yoda's lightsaber. There you go. Kal-El.
We got Yoda. And of course, we got to have Darth.
That's nice.
So I think, this one, that's a classic, yeah. And then we got, so this was just a kids version, like a cheaper kids version. Is this one? It's another, this is like a build the saber suit. It's another Darth, but you could change the hilts out so my kids would have fun with this one.
Yeah, Phantom, I kind of like the last half of Rogue One. I see what you're saying. Some of the opening stuff is not so good. I didn't like the first half much. And yet we're going to get that Cassian Andor Casio keyboard series.
Yeah, why do we need a Cassian Andor?
I don't know who asked for that.
We don't need it. Let's see if I can turn the light off. It actually looks kind of cool on the camera. Let's see, turn the.
Let me answer Glagnar real quick here.
Yep.
Anyone read the original Han Solo trilogy books by Brian Daley from 1960? The Han Solo it stars in, and the other one was Han Solo. Oh, what was that other one?
Sorry, I'm turning.
And there was also a couple of Lando ones. I did read those way back when Stars End, at least. I don't know if I read the other one. What was it? Starless Void or something? What was the name of that other one?
I never read those. Huh?
I did way back when, but I don't even know if I still have them anymore.
I'm gonna power down those lightsabers. I don't want to set any of the comic books on fire.
Bollocks. They got a robot named Bollocks. Han Solo's Revenge. Okay. Han Solo and the Lost Legacy. Han Solo's Revenge. Okay. I was thinking of a different. Okay. I was thinking of a Star Trek book then. But yes, I had those back in the 80s, 70s, 80s. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for being here with us tonight and celebrating the Star Wars birthday, the real Star Wars birthday.
Yeah.
In this case, like I said, I just do Wildcard Wednesday night, so I didn't have anything prepared. What I did was, for those who weren't here earlier, I decided, because I hate the May the 4th be with you crap, this is the real Star Wars birthday. And everyone, a lot of other channels were doing the Star Wars celebration, so I just decided to celebrate it by talking some of the Star Wars adaptation comics and stuff from the original trilogy only, of course, because that's all that really matters when you break it down. Only real Star Wars to me is that. So, thank you. Could not be reached for further comment. I do appreciate it, and I'm glad you were able to reach for comment.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. The 25th forever. So, show notes again. The great Ace Cast Iron and I had a great time doing Monday Night Marksy Comic Talk this past week. And I had a little bit of a thing. I made a snippet from that show where I call out Collider for being idiots. I have a video now that's up and running on my channel. It's a short video excerpt from that show where I call out Collider for their stupid Fantastic Four top 10 list, where they credit Stan Lee as the co-creator of the thing. Stanley and Steve Ditko, rather than, of course, Stanley and Jack Kirby, because Collider is made up of morons. If you don't have less on, you have more on. And then in celebration of Star Wars Day, I clipped a video that is an excerpt from my 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back celebration back in 2020 of September of 2020, where my great guest Michael French of Retro Blasting gave a great definition of what Luke Skywalker and, of course, movie heroism and heroism in general is. It's a wonderful piece. So I just put it into a video that's on my channel. There's a link in my description below for that, or it's on the channel now. You can find it if you have not seen that yet. Michael is brilliant. His description of what Luke Skywalker is, his definition of what Luke means to him is perfect. I think he did a magnificent job. And, of course, great shout out to the great Retro Blasting. I love them. They're amazing. And anyway, so that is, that's basically it. Now, let's see. Tomorrow night, that Clubhouse. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do, well, yes, obviously, tomorrow night, there's the Clubhouse.
Yep.
Raquel and
it's already
Mark
Thursday now. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Tomorrow night, we'll be geeking around and having a great time with the three of us. Raquel and Mark and myself. Don't forget Saturday night Star Trek, 4 more episodes of The Next Generation. Also, July the 1st, I will be hosting a panel. We'll have all the times put together when we get closer to it on Toy Comics, a Toy Comics panel for the great Iconicon Part 2, put on by the amazing my amazing Retro Blasting friends. So I can't wait for that. And next Tuesday night, we had to move this from this past Tuesday night. I think it's going to still be 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Great Stone Loki's channel. Our DC animation movie review that Loki and I do once a month. And Green Lantern First Flight. So there are my show notes for the evening.
And then watch Toxic Tuesday after. Tuesday after that. So it'll be Rocky 3 on Nick Weiser's channel. So watch that and then head on over. Raid Nick's channel. Yep.
I was just going to ask you what you got going on, so go for it.
Yep. Thank you. Yep. So I'll be on Toxic Tuesday. There was no Toxic Tuesday this week. I panicked. I'm like, "Where's the link? Am I late?" And I forgot Nick had told us there was no show.
I don't think he's doing a comic shop show either this week. So
yeah, because he went to see Top Gun. Although you missed the flight to go watch that with him in Chicago. So
yeah,
he did. He did love the new Top Gun movie, so that's where Nick was, and
I still love him.
Yeah, he's still love him. Yeah. So yep, I'll be back for Toxic Tuesday, and obviously the Clubhouse, and I'm still working on my Pigs in Space video, but I did drop a quick enabling video. Of course, it's too late now, but hopefully everyone went to see the motion picture, Star Wars, the motion picture that was
Star Trek, the motion picture.
Yeah, so I wonder how many. Hopefully, I got some good box office.
We'll talk about that tomorrow. We're going to be definitely talking about Star Trek, the motion picture. Director's cut.
So hopefully everyone
we're
got
be
a chance to see that.
Raquel with that, unfortunately.
She didn't get to see it, right?
I don't think she did. I hope she did.
It was too far away, and I remember Eric K said it was an 1.5-hour drive for him to go see it, or it wasn't limited number of theaters, so I had to drive like an hour to go, 45 minutes with traffic to go see it. But hopefully I'll get my Pigs in Space video out soon, and thank you for hanging out for the Batwing video. So Lego build.
Indeed.
Hopefully do a few more of those, and then of course I'll be back for Sunday Night Geekery. So I'll be looking forward to that, because we got is it Memorial Day weekend this weekend, isn't it? Or,
yes, it is Memorial Day weekend
in the United States. Yep. So but Sunday night we'll still have the Geekery, and stay up even later because Memorial Day no work. So but we'll honor all those who in the U.S. who sacrificed for us to be free. So. Yep.
All right, then. Well, everyone will do a little quick goodbyes here. I want to, of course, thank our wonderful first officer, Raquel Briggs, for her $2 super sticker, super chat, rather. Love you, RM. I know she's probably not here now, but love you. And our great buddy J-Man was here earlier. I think he probably had to run out, but that's okay. Let's see here. We have Phantom Outsider. Thanks for being here, buddy. Wagner, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Appreciate you. Could not be reached for further comment. I'm glad you could be reached to hang out with us tonight, because I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. The great D. Bud Martin. I am Man of Iron. I hope you're doing well, buddy. The Bronze Wrencher was here. The great Eric K. Thanks, buddy, for being here. Appreciate you, man. And also the great Chris Persia, the master of all that is French Canadian. Thank you, buddy. I think he had to run. Apollo means Minion and Pupper. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see here. Ezra Goldstein, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. The great Ace Cast Iron. Thanks for being here, buddy. Let's see here. Let's see. Got it. Comic Relief Crusader popped in. Thank you so much for being here, man. Appreciate that. Cardinal Sin, thank you again for your kind super sticker of $10. I appreciate you. Maddie's daddy, the great Steve Minchin, was here. Hey, buddy. Thank you for being here, buddy.
Big crowd tonight.
Yeah, indeed. Mr. Angel popped in. Hello, Chef. Salutations, or whatever they say. Salutations, maybe I should say. Pop Culture Republic, thank you for being here. Good to see you, buddy. We're getting there, folks. We would like to mention everyone. It's not easy, but we like to do it. It's real hard work,
It'd be nice if they made like hey, Wolfie's here. I'm not going to try the Wolfie.
Wolfie's here?
Yeah.
Oh, Wolfie. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Wolfie, how's it going? Good to see you. We're just getting out here saying our goodbyes, but I'm always honored to have you here, buddy. Matthew Pounder.
Be kind, rewind.
Yeah, buddy. Matthew Pounder. Good to see you, bro. The great Kal-El, our super pal. A super friend, one might say. One might, and then one might get punched in the face for saying it. Hang on, everyone, we're getting there. Sorry. We go. JD Lewis, thank you so much for being here. I think JD had to run. Ironcaster popped in earlier. Oh, buddy, Ironcaster.
That's right, yeah.
Good old Ironcaster. Good to see you there, bro. Oliver Belamonte popped in. Thank you. Oliver, always good to see you. We're getting there, folks. Getting them all. Papa Delta Yankee, thank you for dropping in. Good to see you. Your Muslim uncle, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Athena follower was here. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Athena. Great to see you. Just when you think you've seen them all on there, one pops up that you go, oh yeah, okay. And,
No, that person was there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't remember them all, so it's good to run this chat. Get to go through them all and see.
Did you mention Minimus?
Keely Chow, Roll Tide, Keely Chow. Minimus was here. Claude Paris was here. Minimusness, and he's probably very happy that he was. He's probably going to say something smart ass now. That's why I don't mention him, because he always says something smarty pantsy. Let's see. Vamping music is.
Rough Girl was. I can't remember if you said Rough Girl.
Was she?
Yeah,
I didn't see Rough Girl. Rough Girl. I didn't even call her out. She's here now.
She just dropped the like. Nope, so just running by to show.
Oh, I did not know
like
that.
that.
Never saw
I
Rough
missed it
Girl
too.
TV. Love you. Thank you for being here. You are too kind, young lady. We can thank the nasty bots. They were here.
Yep.
They didn't get blocked, did they?
Oh, they got blocked. Yep. We got Eric K and
blocked.
Chris Persia here. We're safe. Yep.
Somebody got J25. Thank you for being here. Decepticon buddy. Always a pleasure, my friend. Great to see you. Almost there, folks. Stay on target. Almost there. You're too close.
They came from behind.
Right. Lost Tyree, lost Hutch. I can hold it. No, pull out. Goodbye, Piggy.
How many times have I said stay on target throughout the year?
Well, everyone does it. There's Zacharot, of course. Popped in and then it just jumped on me. I think I got everybody though. I think I got everybody. There we go. Well, thank you all so much for being here tonight. Really appreciate you. I wish I had some Star Wars-y thing to play, but I will just wish everyone a wonderful rest of your Star Wars day. I'll play us out
we'll do the lightsaber.
There you go. And I'll play us out with these important messages and then some Loki credits. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Eric K, where what comes from, buddy? Good night, everybody. Oh, good night, Grace. You say good night, Grace.